It's December 31st, 2023. The year is winding down. It's 4:34 p.m. Eastern Time. This is going to be my last analysis and commentary on an incident that happened in North Carolina, December 10th. I'm going to talk about how de-escalation knowledge and skills would have absolutely have altered the outcome of the situation. My name is John. I'm the founder and president of Gentle Response. My team and I travel around the country conducting very dynamic, realistic conflict de-escalation training seminars for churches, corporations, state agencies, law enforcement, and so on. Now, this incident happened at a Chipotle. Have you noticed over the last few years a dramatic increase of drama and chaos at fast food joints? Well, here's another one at a Chipotle, December 10th. A guy and a girl walks into a Chipotle and they make their order, and apparently the guy asked for extra chicken. And the clerk, understandably so, said, well, sure, that's going to cost extra. Apparently, the guy blows up over it, and he and this employee get into a shouting match over it, and then they go their separate ways. As the employee decides that, you know what, she's had enough, she's way too distraught, too upset about to continue her shift, as she's getting ready to leave, the gentleman comes back in 6'3", 300 pounds, and just starts wailing on her. And it goes on for a while until other customers are able to pull him off of her. And currently, as of this little video creation right here, the police are still looking for the man and woman. They know who they are. So what can we pull out of this? What conflict de-escalation knowledge and skills and techniques, tips and concepts can we pull out of this? Let's start with the employee. Folks, if you are in a customer service career field job, you work at a fast food joint, you do something where you're dealing with customers and clients and so on, you are unfortunately going to deal with loud, rude, obnoxious, angry people. Accept that so that when it does happen, you're not caught off guard, you're not surprised, you don't have a spontaneous emotional overreaction in the moment. Expect it so when it does happen, you can take a deep breath and say to yourself, okay, there it is. There's that person that I knew I was going to unfortunately probably deal with, and here it is. Recognize that once someone starts going off the deep end for something so trivial as $3 of extra chicken and all that, recognize that you don't have to engage. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to yell, debate, argue, or anything like that. You can be quiet for a moment, let them vent, hoot and holler, and just reiterate, sir, it is what it is. You can point to the board behind you with the list and just say to them, it's $3. If they continue, call the manager over, hand it off to the manager. Let the manager make the decision as to whether or not we're going to go ahead and a one-time only courtesy, let them have some extra chicken, although, you know, there's a double-edged sword with that too. Or maybe the manager can at least fight your battle for you and know it is what it is. It's an extra $3 or whatever. So again, if you're in a customer service environment, expect to run into loud, rude, obnoxious people and recognize you don't have to engage with them. Getting yourself sucked into an argument and a debate with someone like this, all it is going to upset you. And just like it did with this employee. Now, she ended up trying to do the right thing. She recognized that she is way too upset to stay here serving people. She's liable to go off on someone else. And she's just not in that state of mind to be a customer service rep or anything like that, right? So she recognizes she just needs to go home, get some space. So either she volunteered to do that or the manager said, okay, you're way too upset. Why don't you just take the rest of the afternoon off? Great decisions. I mean, as a manager, I don't want one of my people that upset staying, trying to gut it out when you're just now at risk and liable to be that much more upset and go off the handle on another customer who probably doesn't deserve it and doesn't need it. So this girl starts packing up and getting ready to go home. Now, this is where there's an absolute failure on this meathead. One of the greatest de-escalation tools out there is simply time. If you can get space and time between you and the source of stress and all that, chances are usually a lot higher that you're going to be able to come down and de-escalate yourself. And you're going to be able to calm down. This man walked out of the store and unfortunately was not able to take a deep breath and just say to himself, Okay, doggone it. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Everything is so freaking expensive these days, but just let it go. Get in the car and drive away. Go to another Chipotle, whatever. But when you let yourself become so frustrated, offended by someone else's policy procedure, and you feel like you have to have the last word, make the last comment, make sure that you win the argument or whatever, you end up doing what this man did. And he came back into the store to physically assault this young girl. Tiny little person compared to his 6'2", 300 pounds. This man had an opportunity to de-escalate, to calm down, and to just walk away / drive away. And yet he failed to take that. He did not have situation awareness. He did not have self-discipline or self-control. Folks, you will run into situations that are going to be aggravating, frustrating, upsetting. Take a long, slow, deep breath, assess the situation, and consider, is it really worth it? Is it over $3 in this particular case? Walk away, drive away, do what you can to create space and time and distance between you and whatever the source of the stress and agitation is. Situation absolutely could have gone very, very differently if the employee had not let herself get sucked into a verbal argument with him, and if she had just turned it over to a manager. And 3, if the man had just taken a deep breath as he walked out of the store initially and just taken a deep breath and said to himself, you know what, screw that, I'm out of here. 3 opportunities completely missed. But folks, those are the lessons and points for you to take with you as this year winds down. Once again, just to highlight, if you're in the customer service environment, a career field, a job, you work at a fast food joint or deal with customers and clients, recognize that you will, most likely, if you haven't already, you will deal with someone who's loud, rude, and obnoxious. Don't let it push your buttons. Don't get sucked into an argument with them. You don't have to. Hand it off to a manager. Number 2, if you do become upset, you're the one who gets upset with the way you're being treated at a fast food joint or whatever, or by customer service or whatever. Take a deep breath, walk away, give yourself time to calm down and to collect your thoughts and think about how you're going to best handle the situation. We'll see you on the next video next year.